Hello everyone, this is your favorite Murtad live once again. We look at a hadith. By the way, there are multiple hadiths on this topic. I'm going to just open one. And before I open and play this, uh, if there is anyone under 18 over here, this is the time to go away. Number two, if anybody is listening to my live stream on speakers, this is the time to put on your headphones. Okay, imagine even the things that I have shown right now is not something that I'm going to show right now. Warning, warning, warning. 18 plus commentary coming up. Sahihul Bukhari, Hadith number 6595. Allah is saying, the Holy Prophet said, Allah puts an angel in charge of the uterus. What? Alamia, every female's uterus, there is an angel inside the uterus? Uh-oh. Okay. So female ladies, I am sorry, there is an angel living inside your uterus. Okay. So what's going to happen? When ladies, you are going to have some ding dong with your hubby, the angel will be peeking from inside the uterus. Uh-oh, the male thing is coming in and out. And now when the male is ejaculated, the angel is going to say, oh Allah, it's semen, semen Allah, it's semen, I've seen semen, I am now covered with semen Allah, I am covered with semen. Oh boy, oh boy. Now the angel is fully covered with semen, you know. When the semen comes in, like imagine, like everyone close your eyes, assume you are sitting inside the uterus, and now that lady is trying to reproduce a child. So somebody has to do something with him, you know, and I call it ding dong. Something is going in and out, and then that angel will say, oh Allah, it's semen, I am fully covered with semen. But God, ouch, that's pretty nasty. But that's what hadith is saying, you know. Oh man. Okay, then what is going to happen? The semen will become a clot. So semen will die. So Muslimin are actually zombies. They are created out of blood clot, because a clot can only be a clot when it is dead. Okay, before that it's not even a clot. A dead blood is a clot. Okay, and then it will say, oh Lord, it's a piece of flesh. Somehow the blood clot then will become a piece of flesh. Okay, and then if Allah wishes to complete its creation, the angel which is inside the uterus of a female, which is looking at the semen first, then looking at the blood clot, then looking at the piece of flesh, then looking at some baby, is going to say, oh Allah, is it going to be a male or a female? Should I attach a banana with him, or a, I don't know, that thing with him? And once that is done, that will say, oh Allah, should I make him an evildoer or a blessed doer? So while the baby is still in the womb of the mother, Allah is going to write whether this kid will be an evildoer or a blessed doer. Imagine that. Imagine that. Hey, David, not anus, uterus. Uterus. Yes, Allah does not know the gender immediately, because Allah did not know about the chromosomes. Allah, like it's the 7th century Allah, Come on, last prophet. We are talking about 7th century Arabian Allah. How can he know that? Allah, like these are scientific things. Don't talk about science and Allah. So this person has a qadr written when this person is already in the womb of his mother. Okay, in the womb of this mother, and Allah has pre-written the destiny of this person. By the way, this is not just one hadith. As an FYI, there are so many on it, which says that Allah has appointed an angel in the womb of the of the uh, of the woman. You know, it's not just one. There are so many, and you can just go and search on if Allah wishes to complete its creation, and you will see. Let me share this link with you guys, and you will see all different kind of references on that. Now the problem doesn't end here. There is another problem. Guys, who can tell me what Jesus said about kids, child? Hmm? What did Jesus said about the child who dies? A child who dies goes where according to Jesus? Yeah, I can make that video as well. But like, forget Imam Mehdi. He's like, okay, answering Islam for you, I will do that. And let me take a picture of this because you want it, so we'll do something like this. Imam Mehdi, forget Imam Mehdi right now. Yeah, come on. Answering Islam, we are talking about Allah right now. Come on. Let's see Allah first. So, what did Jesus said? What, where will these child be? With him, right? With him. Yes, such is the kingdom of God. Finally, thank you, thank you, thank you. Finally, I think I have a lot of. All right, check this out. What is Allah saying? Man, the book of destiny. The book of destiny. Chapter. The meaning of every child is born in a state of fitra. Every child is born in a state of fitra. Now check this out. What does it says? Aisha, the Ummahatul Mu'mineen, the mother of the Mu'mineen, the mother of the believers, said that Allah Messenger was called to lead the funeral prayer of a child of Ansar. Okay, funeral prayer of the child of Ansar. Okay, Allah Messenger said, sorry, Aisha said, "O Allah's Messenger, there is happiness for this child who is a bird from the birds of the paradise." Because obviously Aisha is living with what? Living with Jews, living with maybe pagan Arabians. So she's like, everyone is already, the kids goes into heaven, right? That's what Aisha said to Muhammad as well. But you know what is happening? For it has committed no sin, nor has he reached the age when one can commit sin. So he's like just a baby, Muhammad. Why are you going to lead his funeral prayer? Right? But Muhammad said, Aisha, per adventure, it may be otherwise. Because God created for paradise those who are fit for it, while they were yet in their father's lines, and created for hell those who are to go to hell. Go to hell. He created them for hell while they were yet in their father's lines. Imagine that. Like, and this is not just one hadith. This is Sahihul Muslim 2662c. But if you search the sunnah.com, call to lead the prayer of a child. Okay, you will find many hadiths on that. Let me share you this so that you can see there are so many references on that, because Allah has pre-written the destiny 50,000 years before the kid was even born, as I have shown you according to Ibn Kathir. So now any Abdul who can explain me this? Oh yes, fitra. Yes, thank you. Thank you for reminding me. So the fitra terminology is used by Allah in Quran, and how it is described is that before a person was sent, Ahmad, welcome brother, welcome. Uh, Before the world was even created, all the souls of all the human beings were created. Okay, and then what happened was Allah asked everyone, "Did you see me?" And they'll be like, "Yes." "Do you believe me?" "Yes." So everyone is created on the fitra that he already acknowledged Allah, but when he was created, he forgot Allah. Like stupidity after stupidity, but that's like kind of fitra that everyone is, and that is why Muslim actually says that anyone who converts to Islam, they do not use the word convert, they use the word revert, because according to them, when you were not born, before you were not born, you were already a Muslim. That's the stupidity. So if you were already a Muslim before, why did Allah make you forget? So you were in the presence of Allah in Jannah. Then Allah sent you into this world, and then Allah misguided you, as I have shown you. So first you were on the fitra, you were in the Jannah. Then Allah sent you to this world where you do not have free will, because Allah created you for hell. So you do not have free will. Then Allah will lead you astray, as I have shown you from multiple verses today. Allah will lead you astray so that he could fill his hell. Like Allah, what kind of a deception is this? Like seriously, this is beyond deception. This is beyond deception, Allah. Why can't you just take the soul and put it right into hell? Why do you have to send the soul into earth, then make him do evil? Like, because you are making him do evil. You are sending him astray. And then you are killing him. And then you are calling him back. And then you are throwing him into hell. Does all of this makes any sense whatsoever? Does any of this make any sense at all? I don't know how Muslims can actually make sense of it at all. Like seriously speaking. Maybe one day they could realize that this is all stupidity, just like I realize that this is all nothing more than a stupidity. Somebody has to, otherwise, like seriously speaking, when I am thinking about these things, I sometimes feel pretty sad on the basic subject of this. That even though that I am a Muslim, I was a Muslim for a very long time, I get stunned that for how long these things have been hidden from me. For how long these things were hidden from me.